Hi everyone, this is Mary Jo. I'm here today to give you a little bit of information about a new offering I have coming up soon that's really focused on inspirational leadership and women. But first, I want to start with a little story about what inspired me to come up with this program. I grew up as an engineer in my career, and in that environment, it was definitely a male-dominated industry. And the women that I did have around me were very close to me. We became very close and bonded because we had this shared experience of feeling a little bit less heard, a little less understood, but we had each other. So that always helped. But as you rise up the ranks, as you get promotions and you become supervisory, you gain leadership roles, it can really start to feel different. You can start to feel a lot more lonely as you go through that process because you don't have that same circle of women who are with you. In some cases, the women that you started with may have moved on and changed careers or just changed jobs. And the level that you're at, there may not be a lot of women up there at all anyway. So watching this happen in my own life and in some of the women that I am close to and work with, really started to see that there's a gap in having women leaders who can mentor, who can be there for you, as well as just having someone that will listen to you and understand what you're going through. So that was the first part of it. The second part of it was I used to attend a conference called Energetic Women. It was really focused on electric, gas, utility, power industry, and the women who were there. And they did a great benchmarking study that started in 2013. And at that time, they found that 22% of their workforce were made up of women, and only 1% of all vice president and higher roles were filled by women. So that was a huge drop off between the number of women who were at these companies versus had those high level executive jobs. On top of that, 0.12% of board of directors were made up of women. If you look at the engineering and operations role, so on the more technical side of those companies, 25% of those jobs were filled by women, but only 3.5% of the supervisory roles in those engineering and operations technical areas were filled by women. So you again have this drop off, not even up to executive level, but just taking supervisory roles. There's a big drop off in representation between staff and their supervisory roles. One of the ways Energetic Women really helped get the point across on this was they had a big marble jar with a solid color marble, dark colored marbles representing all the men in the industry and everyone who's not at an executive level. And then they had a couple of pink marbles representing the women in supervisory and one or two light blue marbles representing the executive roles. And you could really get this vision for how very few people who were women leaders in these high-level roles compared to the rest of the makeup of the industry. And you can really see how it could be lonely and you could lack some of the support that you need to be successful. That's why, after a lot of conversation with other women, other industries who have been through really similar experiences, I'm launching the Inspirational Leadership Accelerator. It is going to be a condensed program, 12 weeks, 10 women. They're supporting each other. I'll be coaching and facilitating weekly sessions. And it's really all about becoming the inspirational leader that you know you are, using your own strengths to get there, and being able to inspire a team to action. So your team will be able to take on whatever you throw at them and be able to understand this beautiful vision you have for where you want their work to go, where you want your company to be, where you simply want to make a change in the world.